AirPods in just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
I apologize
Well, I
for it. You
was
doing all
saying
right?
you look amazing. Your skin is glowing.
Thank you. You know, I try. Thank you. You're
Oh, look
beautiful.
at them teeth. Wait a minute.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
What?
do that.
Yes. I'm just saying, like,
Thank you.
man. Now, listen. I have been excited to talk to you in
Yes.
this interview because I've been
Mhm.
listening to your music, and I was like, oh, this is this is a vibe. And so one of the
Thank
things
you.
that I do when I listen to artists that I'm not familiar with initially, I
Mhm.
get in my Jeep and I ride for a minute.
For
And
sure.
I just kind of ride around the city. So
You
I
got
actually
to.
rode around DC, rode
Yeah.
around the monuments, and just
Yeah.
bumped your music, had the sunroof open. It was a beautiful day. Just paint
Vibes.
this picture for you so
Yeah.
you could understand that I was really, because I remember talking to Ricardo and I was like, oh yeah, it's a vibe. But then
It's
I
a,
was like, wait, let me really get into this and sink my teeth into this music. And I have really enjoyed your projects.
thank
I
you.
know we had a little mix up on time, but
Mhm.
again, thank you so
No
much
problem. I've been
for
ready to do it.
for jumping on here. So I really wanna jump into it. Um, WYAF.
Yes.
Want to make sure I say it right.
Mhm.
What you asked for, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Can we talk about the falsetto? Like what?
I've been working on it for some years now. You like that?
Oh, I was like, because I'm telling you, I was listening to it, and then when I heard the falsetto, I was like, oh, he did not come to play.
I
It's
appreciate it.
beautiful. Talk to me about this record. Why did you decide to use the acronym? Because what you asked for, I was like, oh, let me make a list of what I want.
I promise you, I'm gonna give you everything you need. Uh, well, what you asked for pretty much came from, like, I've been doing music for 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my first project I ever released was Music. So pretty much the whole project, it was just 6 songs, but it was just sex music pretty much. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the songs on there was this song called Australian Kisses. And it was something that really stuck with my city and whatever. So from there, going through, different things in life, I kind of strayed away from kind of that vibe in the music because when I write and create, it's kind of coming from how I feel and just everything that's
Mm-hmm.
going on. And people over the years were like, man, I need you to do this. Man, I want you to go back to that old KP, ooh, this, that. So over time, I had to realize, like, I got to give these people what they're asking for. And that's probably pretty much where the title track come from and the title of the tape come from. And then on the another end, when I think about the state that the music industry's in right now, I feel like we lack music that makes people feel. I feel like people just kind of, just putting music out just because it's what's gonna sell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's no pure energy behind the creativity. So um, I want to bring that to the game. Just bring up fresh new energy to the game.
Let everybody know exactly where you from and how
Mhm.
where you from and the culture of the city has influenced your music.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised. Memphis definitely has a huge influence on my music. Like especially the hip hop scene, but low key, like when you think about all the greats that come from the city back in the day, from like Royal Studios and Willie Mitchell and them and Al Green, so many greats. I've had a huge influence from, especially from my grandfather being so rooted in music because he's a singer as
Mm-hmm.
well. So it's just it influenced my creativity as far on the rap side and on a soulful side because Memphis is so soulful, like, and it's just experiences that you go through in Memphis. And I feel like Memphis is a different type of city. Like if you ain't never
Mm-hmm.
been to Memphis, have you ever been to Memphis?
I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, so
Oh hell
yes,
yeah,
I have
yeah, right up the
frequented
street.
Memphis often. Because, well, I was trying to put the connection together because, of course, Ricardo hit me up, and I was like, okay, I think he's a Memphis artist, and then that's
Mm,
when I realized the time change. I was like, ah,
yeah.
shit. So,
When you hit me up, I was like, damn, hold on, wait a minute, wait. She said, what? I thought it's 12:15. I was like, oh shit. Well,
so
let's get it
that's
done.
when it hit me. I was like, yo, I'm bugging. But I hear the influence of R&B and those that have came before, especially kind of to me, what I heard the most was like that early 2000s, kind of late 90s
Yeah,
mix
yeah.
vibe because I heard
That's
the
from my
Genuine
mom.
sample, those
Yeah,
jeans. the
Thanks to my
Genuine
mama.
sample. Yep.
For
Then
sure.
I also heard the Tyrese sample. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he done did this. Like
Yeah,
he's
you know.
into it.
Yeah,
And
we be
so
digging.
yeah, talk to me
Yeah.
about those records. The Fallen record. Ooh, wait, hold on. The Fallen record and then the Harp
Yeah.
version. How did that collaboration come about? Because I feel like the harp is an instrument that people just kind of skim over, but you like
Yeah.
brought it into your Fallen single, and it was just so melodic and beautiful.
I mean, we honestly ran into the guy like my people saw him over on the Instagram, like just saw what he was doing. It was like, darn, this nigga got a harp. Like that's different. So we
Mm-hmm.
had to hit him up and just collab, like especially when you see a young black man doing something like that. And we young black man doing what we do, so why not, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
when he from Atlanta, we brought him to Memphis, so it was good vibe, good people too. Shout out to him.
Oh man, I really I just thought it was a lot of detail put
Yeah.
into that remix, and it was well thought out. As far as like being a single that you were pushing, and then having that
Mm-hmm.
heart piece, that collab. Most
Yeah.
people tend to think that a collaboration is with a vocalist or a
Mm-hmm.
rapper, and for that collaboration to be with a harpist, I was just blown away. I was like,
Thank
oh,
you.
he is about this life.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad.
I was so pumped about that. So what do you think are the perfect ingredients for a perfect R&B song? More specifically, a perfect sex R&B song, because you seem to be a bit of a sexpert, sir.
You know.
I mean, I feel like you know what you're talking about.
Experience bring knowledge, So, uh, you say so. You want me to explain basically what like ingredients for a sex song? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
in my mind, when I write these songs, I dib and dab in from experiences, and then I kind of make sure I'm getting into the mindset of a woman, because you got to understand what women want in order for you to create something to bring that experience through music. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, just making sure you be as discreetly detailed as possible to make they leave their mind wondering, but let them know exactly what you mean when you talk.
Yeah. I feel like you definitely bring out like the scenery of what a good, what I'm saying, love type situation would be. It's
Mm-hmm.
very sensual, your
Yeah.
music. I like how do you pick the producers that you're working with? Because I know you're a singer songwriter, but how do you pick the producers that you want to work with to bring these lyrics to life?
Well, it kind of happened real organic, to be honest. Like when I first started, I was YouTube, and like most people do, just buying them off of YouTube
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And they kind of got old. It's kind of hard to catch up with people, And I already had friends that were producing, but everybody kind of just spaced out or whatever. So over time, as I grew, I ended up coming back in contact with people like Chris P, AO. I met him, and I got this guy named Dexter. He lives in Berlin, and we kind of just locked in. I really just been working with them for the last
Mm-hmm.
couple months. We got tens of songs just sitting and ready. So it's really just whatever they sending me. They kind of know my vibe, but they
Mm-hmm.
know I like to get outside my box. So they just send me a lot of beats, and I just kind of just take it to the yo and create whatever
Are
the energy
you
is.
are you looking, I guess, in the industry, is there an artist or producer that that you just can't wait to work with?
I mean, not necessarily, but yeah, like I'm not really tripping on working with anybody, because I'm just basically just focused on creating whatever people need to hear. So if I don't work with them, I don't really trip. But I would love to work with pretty much anybody who willing to work with me. Like
Okay.
if the energy there, we can create. That's all it is for me. I ain't really tripping on no like levels of success or none of it. Like if you want to work and you got good product, let's do it.
You definitely sound like a creative at heart.
Thank
One of the things I think that's been happening in the music industry is like this shift from people wanting to get signed to really large labels
you.
to actually being fine with staying independent, because
Yeah.
financially, in a lot of cases, it makes more sense. Are you looking to stay independent, or are you open to signing with the major label?
I mean, you know, the dream is to be independent, of course. Like, and that's why we're working to build that leverage, of course. But I wouldn't mind signing to a label if the paperwork was proper, because I don't want to be put in a situation to where I'm out here like a few of the newer artists that's been complaining about what the situation they've been in. I don't really want to put myself through that, especially watching them go through it. As I should pay attention and learn from that. So, you know, I would love to stay independent, and even if I did have to work with a label, I know eventually I will be able to be independent by making sure that all the product we create is just where it needs to be, so the people accepting all the residuals come in, so we can make sure everybody getting their money. It'll be
That
easy work.
that makes sense. Have you found yourself to be more creative in this time of a pandemic, being more inside the home or in the studio for your type of creativity? Like, have you found yourself making more music, or has it been the process has always been there and it really wasn't a difference?
Yeah, well, okay, the thing that switched up for me, like I always been consistent with my writing and stuff like that. Like I always make sure I'm creating music, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been writing for the last 3 months. I've been in the studio consistently for the last 3 months, and I haven't written anything. So that's probably the only thing that's new for me.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been creating good music, so it's just a new process for me. But
So are you telling me that you've written so many songs
mhm,
and have so much that you at this point you're just recording everything? Is that what you're saying?
pretty much. And I've been freestyling more.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like
So
mhm.
no, go ahead.
I really wanted to say no. Well, I'm listening.
So, but you rap and sing.
Yeah, I can dip that, you know.
You did that.
You feel me?
So
Yeah,
what made you decide to go full R&B on your latest project, WYF?
because that's what people been telling me they need from me.
Ah.
Yeah, see, because that's what I started doing, and it's like I always love hip hop. Like I'm a hip hop head. Like I just love just listening to how people flip words the way they do it. And it's mind blowing to me. So yeah, I love to rap, but I just don't feel like my hip hop side really connects with people. So, because I'm
Hmm.
a singer at heart, so I kind of just make sure I put a little bit in and let him know, yeah, he can do that, but he a singer for sure. And like I said, people been asking me for this, so I just make sure I'm focusing on the R&B, which is what I love to do anyway.
Okay, okay. So who do you talked about your grandfather being in the music industry and being a singer? Is that where
Mhm.
you feel like you get it from, or are there other family members that have sung and have wanted to be a part of the music industry as well?
Uh, yeah, I got other family members, but my grandfather, he used to sing back in the day, but he's a pastor. So yeah,
Ah.
so he always like the typical story, hey in the church, like he made me learn piano at a young age. I'm really thankful for him because it taught me a lot about music, and I didn't even really realize what I was learning. So
Angela is a music, I would say, aficionado. She just
mm,
loves music. She does a lot of work in the DMV Chicago area.
mm.
She wanted to know, do you write for other artists?
Um, honestly, I have not been writing for other artists yet, but I'm definitely open for it. Definitely.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna have to connect you with Angela. She may have something brewing. Knowing Angela, she up to something.
Let me know. Get at me ASAP.
I'll definitely do that. There is the Monica and Brandy versus that is happening on Monday. I do
Oh
believe, is
wait.
it Monday? It's happening soon. Who you got? You got Monica. You got Brandy. Come
Woo!
on, you know
I
I was gonna
got.
ask you this.
All right, look. I like Monica. I really do. But I got Brandy. I got Brandy. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yeah, because Brandy, like, Monica, a top vocalist. She a great vocalist. But I feel like Brandy, like, on a different level with what she do.
Uh huh.
Like, vocally, I compare her to Beyonce. People probably get mad at that. But I compare her to Beyonce because when she get on stage, she sound exactly like she sound on her records. And she moving, dancing, kicking, flipping, whatever she got to do. But she sound pure. It sound great. I go with Brandy. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't know. It's something about her the tone of her voice. I don't know. I just connect with it because I get a lot of influence from the way she sings, a lot of her run patterns and everything. She just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm going with Brandy. But I love Monica, though. Don't get it wrong, though.
No, I completely get it. diehard Brandy fan. Like, I remember meeting Brandy and I cried real tears.
Oh, you
I
met
was
her?
like, yo, this
I know that was
crazy.
dope.
Yeah, it's a very embarrassing story. It's on my podcast. It's on my podcast.
I gotta go look that up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I used to wonder why people would cry when they like met Michael Jackson or met people who like are their favorite in the industry. And when she she was in the studio and I just could not contain my tears, and I was like,
oh my God,
yo, what? Why am I crying?
I can't stop. What did she say?
She was a doll. She was really sweet, gave me a hug, you know, like, you don't have to cry. And then my friends embarrassed me so bad because, you know, I think when you're on the radio, there are, you know, aspirations to be in the music industry to some extent. Long story short, I used to want to sing back in the day. So my friends was like, sing. And Brandy was like, you should sing. And I was like, oh, bitch. I couldn't even get the words out. Like, I couldn't even, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and she just hugged me. She was like, oh, like, it's okay. I was like, I can't believe it. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's okay. It's Brandy, so we get it.
I mean, you know, I like talking to the singers.
I was going to ask you, did you sing? Because you started to asking about the falsetto.
Yeah, no, I didn't sing, but let me tell you, I am a fan of amazing singers like yourself.
Thank you.
But nah, that's not my that's not my thing. Now, if you get in front of Brandy and Brandy say sing, I want you to sing your ass off. I tell you,
I'm gonna sing. I might be a little shy because it's Brandy, but I'm gonna sing though.
Yeah, you better sing.
We got something to prove.
So I want to switch things up just a little bit. You know, you have a title song and an album out. People should definitely check it out. Beautiful body of work. Title track, What You Ask For. Now, a lot of Black women have been asking for protection. And that has been a hot button issue for sure. Like, protect Black women, protect Black women. Obviously, there have been people that have spoken out and, you know, said like, okay, well, you know, this is how we can protect Black women, or even just tweeted, you know, support for Megan Thee Stallion and things of that nature. Yeah. How do you protect Black women in your everyday life? Because you strike, I don't know you personally, but you strike me as someone that listens to women, want to understand women. You pay attention to a woman's body. You making this good R&B music. So how do you protect Black women in your everyday life?
Well, I have a lot of Black women in my family, of course. I have a sister, I have a niece, I have a grandmother, mother. I make sure, you know, I talk to them about, I mean, they grown, so, you know what I'm saying? They understand that, in my opinion, it's Black women are definitely targeted. Yeah. And y'all the least protected person in America. And least respected, in my opinion. So I just feel like what I do is I just make sure I, like, stay firm with them. Make sure that they giving me all of their whereabouts, telling me where they at, calling me if anything go wrong. Call me if you're in the gas station by yourself. We always prepping. I'm making sure I prep them. Say stay aware before they leave the house. I want to stay aware, pay attention to everything. Of course, we making sure they're equipped with you know, things that they need to protect themselves. And you know, they understand what type of energy I'm gonna bring if anybody play with them. So it's cool. I ain't really. We got to understand it with the Black women in my circle. So it's really hard to explain how I keep them safe. It just feels so natural. Like I'm just always attentive to everything that they doing. So because I know what's going on around. Like we just dealt with a little situation like that. It was kind of weirded out. So yeah, it's definitely different for Black women out here. Y'all definitely should be safe as possible, for sure. We must protect our Black women, Black men. Got to.
I appreciate that. I think, you know, a lot of times, sometimes we just want to hear you say it. You know, we know that, especially, and I saw this the other day. I want to say maybe earlier today. Someone was like, if you're in Lil Duval, he said, if you're in a relationship with a Black man, you should feel protected. Because there's been this, you know, obviously there's been these outcries of, you know, women kind of making general statements. And I just have been very intentional with not making general statements about Black men, and let's just stick to whomever we are upset at, right? So whoever we're upset at, let's put the energy towards that person, but let's not generalize our Black men. And so I appreciate your words, and I appreciate that you are being tentative, especially to the women that are in your circle, because those are the women that are most impacted by you. And so I think that's beautiful. So to let everybody know about your music that's out, WYAF, what you asked for, talk to us about just the body of work itself and why people need to check out your music.
Okay, so for the people that's been listening to me for years, y'all know what type of music that we've been connecting through. Y'all know what y'all been telling me y'all need over the past, 5 or 6 years. So I made sure that I put a little bit of that old Kendrick P and more of the refreshed Kendrick P within this project. I feel like from beginning to end, you're going to love everything that you hear. It's pretty much a roller coaster of emotion. Make sure if you listening with your significant other, because it may, you know what I'm saying, stir up the energy a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to give you exactly what you've been asking for. So you can go get that on all major platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, whatever you need. We got videos out, Vibe Slow videos on YouTube. Go like and subscribe to YouTube. We're going to be dropping a lot of more visuals and music there soon. My Instagram, of course, Kendrick P Music. Twitter is the same. Facebook, Kendrick P Music. Let's tap in. Let's do it.
I love it. Thank you so much for taking out the time to check in on my IG Live. I appreciate you. I'm downloading all of your projects. I got it on my phone, got it on my iPad. So I get to continue to ride to this good music that you're putting out. So I'm excited about this project and your projects to come. Once again, give everybody your handles on social media one more time so people can make sure they are listening, following, downloading, supporting, subscribing, all of that.
Got you. Instagram and Twitter is Kendrick P Music. My Facebook is Kendrick P Music. Hold on, let me go back so I can make sure. My Twitter and Instagram is Kendrick P Music with a Z instead of an S. Okay. And then my Facebook is just Kendrick P Music by itself. And you go on YouTube, you type in Kendrick P, everything will pop up. Make sure you liking and subscribing the videos. Yeah, we got music everywhere on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, wherever you need it, we got it for you.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. An absolute pleasure, KP.
Likewise,
thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You too. Be blessed, beautiful. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.